Welcome to Tyler's Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is March the 6th, 2025. We're going to be talking about AEW. Not a lot of matches have got made for Revolution. I think they already did it. It's going to be this Sunday for Revolution. And they made a big announcement. Now you guys can watch your pay-per-view on Prime Video. I guess they made a multi-deal that you can watch pay-per-views on Prime. So that's very cool for them. I think it's just only for pay-per-views. I don't think it's for weekly shows. I think it's just for pay-per-views. So if you guys want to watch on Prime on this Sunday, go ahead. I'm not stopping you. We got no updates about 2K25. We still don't know who the celebrity guests are going to be or the NBA guys. I am excited for the DLCs that is wrestlers because that's cool and all, but we don't know who the celebrities are. Like I said, the celebrities could be anyone. It could be TNA guys. They could try to catch us or catch us in a trick. So we don't know. So first thing of the show, we got Adam. We have Adam Page and MJF's brawl. MJF issued a challenge or wants to fight. So he was in the parking lot waiting for Hangman on the Page. So after that, they had some matches and then all that stuff. And in the parking lot, MJF says to Renee that Hangman is not going to show up because he's a coward, blah, blah, blah. And then there's a pickup truck, looks like it was trying to run over MJF. And then Renee and MJF ran away. And then Hangman was trying to grab MJF. He walked into the building, grabbed some guy that's wearing MJF's scarf, and he's trying to beat this guy up. And then he saw this guy's face. It wasn't MJF. And then MJF behind Hangman attacked him, and then we had a brawl in the ring. And Hangman had a little defense, tried to do the buckshot, and then he got a little blowed by MJF. MJF was attacking him more. And then he says, Hangman likes to set things on fire. He says, how about, what do you guys like when I do it? He grabs some lighter fluid and a lighter, sprays the fluid onto Hangman while he's knocked out because he got hit with the diamond ring. And then when he was putting the fluid onto Hangman, their security guards and the personnel tried to stop MJF. They did. And MJF was yelling, let me prove my point. I don't know what his point was, trying to burn the guy. So, we have a big match at Revolution. It's more personal. And they don't really have a lot of big rivalries, except for these two. Ricochet and Swerve. Hangman and MJF. The other ones, it's not really big ones. I guess Kenny Omega is kind of big, but they really did nothing for it. They talked about it, but they didn't really do anything to hype it up. And the Kyle Fletcher, and so they had some good rivalries happening for Revolution, but not a lot for the championships. I didn't know there's a TNT title match happening on Revolution, is there? There's a Continental with Brody King, but I didn't see anything of that rivalry because it's on Collusion. I was watching Elimination Chamber when that was happening. Because they got a Big Boom AJ guy talking about cookies. I want to watch Elimination Chamber instead of watching a Big Boom guy talk about cookies. He's going to be in New York. He's going to be Revolution in the pre-show in a 6-man tag team match with MXM and Johnny TV, and his teammates will be Orange Cassidy and Mark Briscoe. Speaking of Orange Cassidy, we have a contract signing between Ricochet and Swerve Strickland. Ricochet wouldn't sign the contract. He wouldn't stop talking trash to Swerve Strickland. Swerve is trying to tell him, sign the contract. Ricochet wouldn't stop talking. Sign the contract. And he's still talking. And then he finally signed the contract. Swerve has some things to say. But he says, after Revolution, I'm going to knock you out badly. You're going to remember two things. Me knocking you out. And number 2, your announcer fiance. And that's Samantha Irwin. He signed a contract. And then Swerve, they looked like they were about to attack each other. But Swerve walked away. Ricochet grabbed his golden scissors out of his jacket and he was about to stab Mr. Swerve with it, but he blocked it. I think he's stronger than Ricochet, I guess. And then he grabbed his own scissors out of his jacket and attacked him with the scissors into Ricochet's skull. And he has a match later on that night in the main event. So first match, we got the 8-man tag team match. Everybody that has a match at Revolution, except for Mark Davis, has a match. I think mostly all the Don Callis family doesn't have a match, except for Kyle Fletcher and Takashita. They're not in the match. So we got Will Ospreay teaming up with Will Hobbs, Powerhouse Hobbs, Orange Cassidy, and Mark Briscoe to versus Brian Cage, Lance Archer, Brian Keefe, and Mark Davis. Pretty decent match. But the winner of that match was Will Ospreay's team. And then Don Callis' family just attacked Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, and Will Ospreay. They didn't care about the other guy. Powerhouse Hobbs. No, they attacked him. Never mind. But they most want to attack Will Ospreay. So they attack Will Ospreay, and then here comes Kyle Fletcher attacking Will Ospreay. And he was about to use a chair. And Mark Davis tried to stop him. But Kyle Fletcher yelled at him and says, you have to do what Don says, because you sold your soul to Don Callis. And he told Mark Davis, use the chair on Will. And Mark Davis did. And then Kyle Fletcher did a brainbuster onto the chair, onto Will Ospreay to end the attack. They have a steel cage match happening at Revolution. We have Cope versus Wheeler Utah. The winner of that match was Cope. It was a pretty decent match. Not bad. Cope gets the win, and he shook Utah's hand, and he says, that's respect. Because John Moxley's not giving him any respect. He's just telling him what to do and demanding him to do stuff. And then John Moxley came into the ring and yelling at Mr. Utah, and Utah just shoved his face and walked away. And John Moxley followed him, and he says, yeah, you better walk away. And Utah says, yeah, I want to walk away. Okay, walk away. And then we have Megan Bourne and Ford will be versing Thunder Rosa and Chris Statlander. This was a pretty better match than her save with a steel chair, because she didn't know what to do with that chair. It was better, but the winner of that match was Megan Bain and Ford. Ford finally wins the match that I saw. If she had a match in Collusion and she won that, I didn't see it. And then Max Caster had his open challenge because he says he's the best wrestler alive. The guy loses like in seconds. He had a match with Brody King at Collusion, he lost. He had a match with Hangman Adam Page, he lost. And now the person that accepts the match tonight, last night, was Jay White, and he won in seconds. How is this guy the best wrestler alive? I think he's the best jobber alive. He's not the best wrestler. He was the best wrestler when he was part of the Acclaim. He's now just sucks. Like, seriously. Jay White says there's no more Death Riders. Now he's just going to go at Revolution and watch Cope win the title. Let's see what happens at the world title match. Our main event, we got Ricochet and Okada versus Swerve Strickland and Brody King. I thought it was a pretty decent main event. Pretty good tag team match. There was a lot of cheating happening between Okada and Ricochet, but the winner of that match was Ricochet and Okada. And ladies and gentlemen, I did watch the first episode of WWE Evolve because that was on last night. I watched it off of YouTube because in the States it's Tubi and international it's in Canada is on YouTube. And I thought it was a pretty decent show. Some of these wrestlers are really good. Some NXT stars are in there, like Kendall Gray, Carly Bright, Danny Palmer. Danny Palmer? I think that's her name. They're in this show because they haven't got used a lot in NXT, so why not put them in WWE Evolve? I saw Carly Ray, but she didn't have a match, not yet. And it looks like Ava is going to be the general manager for this show. Shawn Michaels was making the matches for the first episode, but he gave that authority to Ava. Now, Ava has ideas for the main event next week. Let's see what it is. So, and these guys are independent wrestlers that you guys saw around the world. I've seen some people have interviews with these guys and talk about their contract with ID, and now they're here. And there's some NXT stars could be in there. Like Luca was there watching the action. Robert Stone is as a commentator, and Pete Rosenberg is a commentary as well, and some guy as a interviewer or reporter. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting show. I thought there's not going to be any audience, but there will be audience, because when they were showing the trailer, there was like no audience when they wrestled. But there is audience, and it's not just it's not wrestlers. It's actually people, actually fans watching the show. So if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. 2K25 comes out tomorrow. I can't wait to play it. That's all for today. Time is up. Bye!